Next, we're going to go over the stitch pattern. So this uses what's called an Indian crossover stitch. You're going to be making a lot of wraps around your needle, and I've already done a whole bunch of them, but to show you how it works, you're going to put your needle in to the stitch and wrap it 3 times around, and then pull through and off. So into the stitch, wrap 1, 2, 3 times around and pull it through. And you're going to work it like this all the way across all of the stitches. 3 wraps every time. You're going to end up with a lot of loops on your knitting needle, which is another reason to use a circular needle for this. When you get to the last stitch, you're only going to wrap twice, which is also what you do at the start. So you will have a lot of stitches on your needle. Then to start the crossover row, you're going to knit into the first stitch and let the wraps drop. That's going to create an extra long stitch. Next, we need to slip 8 stitches to our right hand needle and drop the wraps as we slip. So just let the wraps slide off of the left hand needle to your right hand needle. And you're going to do this for 8 stitches total. So 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8. Once you have 8 loops on your right hand needle, these first 4 loops, you're going to put your left hand needle underneath of them and into them. Try to slide your thumb in there to hold these other stitches in place. And then you're going to pass those starting 4 stitches over the last 4. Then place those on your left hand needle, and now we're going to knit into those stitches. And you still have that first knit stitch here on the end, and we just knit these 8 stitches. And that's what creates the crossover part of the row. So you have stitches inside of stitches. So we'll do that one more time. You're going to slip 8 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pull them down a little bit, find your first 4, put your left hand needle into those first 4 stitches, hold the other ones in place so everything stays in the right order, slip them back to your left hand needle, and then knit those stitches. So you knit the 8 stitches, and then you'll knit the last stitch of the row. So when we get to this last stitch, you're going to knit this stitch and let that wrap drop, which again makes an extra long stitch. And then if you tug everything down, you can see how everything crosses over each other. Then you'll work several more rows of garter stitch, and then you're going to offset this crossover pattern by crossing over fewer stitches when you do the next crossover row. Next, we're going to go back to these provisional cast on. Once you finish the body, you end up with a really large rectangle piece.